Creatine before and after. Stop taking creatine the wrong way. Why do some people post incredible before and after creatine results while others swear the supplement does absolutely nothing? Honestly, the answer usually isn't creatine itself. Most of the time, it comes down to the mistakes people make while using it. And the surprising part? Some of these mistakes are incredibly common. People make them every single day without realizing they're quietly sabotaging their own progress before results even have a chance to happen. Some users expect instant transformations and quit too early. Others take random doses inconsistently, ignore hydration, skip exercise, or completely overlook nutrition and sleep. Then they wonder why their body never changes. The truth is, creatine works best when the basics are already in place. Consistency, training, recovery, hydration, and realistic expectations all matter far more than people think. That's why today we're breaking down the 8 biggest creatine mistakes people make, how those mistakes affect your before and after results, and what you should do instead if you actually want to see progress over time. Some of these errors are physical, some are psychological, and a few are probably things you've never even considered before. And trust me, number 6 is the mistake that quietly destroys more progress than almost anything else because most people don't even realize they're doing it. But before we begin, drop your name and the city you're watching from in the comments below. Alright, let's get started. Number 1. Expecting instant before and after results. Have you ever started taking creatine and expected to wake up looking bigger within 3 days? Honestly, that's probably the most common mistake people make. Social media has completely distorted expectations around supplements. You see insane before and after photos, dramatic 30-day transformations, and influencers acting like creatine works like magic overnight. So naturally, people expect immediate results the second they start taking it. But real creatine progress usually doesn't happen that way. For most people, the benefits build gradually over weeks and months, not days. At first, the changes are often subtle. Workouts may feel slightly smoother, recovery may get a little easier, muscles may start looking fuller, and strength slowly improves over time. It's more of a quiet progression than an explosive transformation. Before creatine, many people struggle with inconsistent strength, slower recovery, low workout endurance, or feeling completely drained after exercise. After using creatine consistently for a while, they often notice steadier performance, improved recovery, fuller-looking muscles, and gradual increases in strength and workout quality. And honestly, that's where people get confused. Because the changes happen slowly, many users quit too early and assume nothing is happening. But the people who usually get the best results are almost always the ones who stay patient long enough for those small improvements to compound over time. Ironically, creatine tends to work best when people stop chasing instant transformation and simply focus on consistency, training, recovery, and letting progress build naturally. Number 2. Taking random amounts every day. Here's something many people completely misunderstand about creatine. It works through consistency, not randomness. A lot of people treat creatine like it's some kind of emergency energy boost. They take huge scoops one day, forget it for the next 3 days, then suddenly double the dose later because they think it somehow balances out. But honestly, that's not how creatine works at all. Your muscles need steady saturation over time. Creatine gradually builds up inside the muscles through regular daily use, which is why consistency matters so much more than taking massive amounts occasionally. And the funny thing is, most people massively overcomplicate it. For the majority of users, around 3 to 5 grams per day is usually enough to support long-term results. That's it. No crazy loading phases, no giant scoops, and no complicated timing tricks. Just simple, steady, daily use. In fact, trying to force faster results often creates more problems than benefits. Huge random doses are more likely to cause bloating, stomach discomfort, or digestive issues than dramatically improve performance. Meanwhile, smaller, consistent doses quietly do the job in the background over time. Honestly, creatine works a lot like healthy habits in general. Small actions repeated consistently usually beat extreme efforts done occasionally. The people who tend to see the best before and after results aren't necessarily the ones taking the most creatine. They're the ones staying patient, taking it regularly, training consistently, and letting the process build gradually over weeks and months. Simple and consistent almost always works better than complicated supplement hacks. Number 3. not drinking enough water. Could dehydration be secretly ruining your creatine results? Honestly, absolutely. And this is probably one of the most overlooked mistakes people make. Creatine works by pulling extra water into your muscle cells, which helps support muscle performance, recovery, and workout endurance. That extra hydration inside the muscles is part of why creatine can improve strength and help workouts feel smoother over time. But here's the problem. If you increase creatine without increasing your fluid intake, your body often struggles to keep up. That's when people start feeling bloated, sluggish, tired, foggy, or even get headaches and muscle cramps. And unfortunately, many people immediately blame creatine itself when the real issue is simply poor hydration. Honestly, a lot of adults already don't drink enough water before they ever start taking creatine in the first place. Busy schedules, coffee, stress, workouts, hot weather, and simply forgetting to hydrate consistently all add up quickly. Creatine just tends to expose those hydration problems much faster. And what's interesting is that hydration affects almost everything related to performance and recovery. If your body is underhydrated, workouts feel harder, energy drops faster, muscles recover more slowly, and even mental focus can suffer. That's why staying hydrated becomes such an important part of getting good creatine results. The good news is that this is usually one of the easiest problems to fix. Once people start drinking enough fluids consistently, they often notice better energy, smoother workouts, fewer side effects, and improved overall performance. Sometimes the supplement isn't failing at all. The body is simply asking for the water it needs to support the process properly. And honestly, proper hydration may be one of the simplest ways to dramatically improve your before and after results with creatine over time. Number 4, thinking creatine builds muscle without exercise. This mistake causes massive disappointment for a lot of people. Some users start taking creatine while barely moving their body at all and then wonder why nothing changes. But honestly, creatine isn't a magic muscle builder. It's a support tool, not a replacement for movement. Creatine helps your muscles perform better during high-intensity effort. It can support strength, recovery, workout endurance, and muscle performance over time. But if there's no consistent resistance training, walking, exercise, or physical activity happening in the first place, there's very little for creatine to actually enhance. Think of it like upgrading the engine in a car that never gets driven. The potential is there, but nothing really changes unless the body is being challenged consistently. And this is where a lot of social media confusion comes from. People see dramatic before and after transformations and assume the supplement itself created those results. But the real transformation usually comes from the habits surrounding it. Consistent workouts, better nutrition, improved recovery, hydration, and staying active long enough for progress to happen. The truth is, the best creatine before and after results almost always happen when creatine supports an already active lifestyle, not replaces one. And honestly, the activity doesn't have to be extreme either. Regular walking, resistance training, body weight exercises, or simply moving consistently throughout the week can make a huge difference over time. Because at the end of the day, creatine works best when it's helping an active body perform, recover, and adapt more effectively, not trying to create results completely on its own. Number 5, taking huge loading doses incorrectly. Ever heard someone say, "I started taking 25 grams a day because I wanted faster results"? Honestly, that's where a lot of creatine problems usually begin. A common mistake people make is assuming that bigger doses automatically mean bigger results. So instead of being patient, they overload their system with massive amounts of creatine right away, hoping for instant muscle growth or dramatic strength increases. But the body doesn't really work that way. For many people, taking huge doses too quickly is exactly what causes bloating, stomach cramps, nausea, digestive discomfort, or loose stools. And unfortunately, when those side effects show up, people often blame creatine itself, instead of realizing the real issue is simply taking far more than their body comfortably tolerates. Now, it's true that loading phases can work for some people. Some users choose to temporarily take higher doses to saturate their muscles faster. But here's the important part. Loading is completely optional. It's not required to get good long-term results. In fact, many people do perfectly fine with smaller daily doses of around 3 to 5 grams consistently over time. It's simpler, easier on the stomach, and still highly effective for supporting strength, recovery, workout performance, and muscle function. And honestly, this is where impatience quietly ruins progress for a lot of people. They try to force faster results instead of letting creatine build gradually inside the muscles the way it's designed to. Ironically, the people who usually get the smoothest and most sustainable results are often the ones who keep things simple: smaller doses, consistent use, proper hydration, and realistic expectations. Sometimes the smartest approach isn't doing more, it's simply doing the basics consistently long enough for the results to happen naturally. Number 6. Ignoring protein and nutrition completely. Now here's the mistake that quietly destroys results more than most people realize. A lot of people take creatine faithfully every day while completely ignoring their nutrition. Then they wonder why their progress feels slow or non-existent. Here's the truth: creatine helps muscles perform better, but protein and overall nutrition provide the actual building blocks your body needs to repair and grow muscle tissue. If someone takes creatine while eating poorly, skipping meals, or barely consuming enough protein, progress usually slows down dramatically. Because no matter how good a supplement is, the body still needs proper fuel and nutrients to actually build and maintain muscle. Think about it like this: creatine helps the workers perform better and work more efficiently, but nutrition provides the construction materials. Without enough materials, the workers can only do so much. That's why creatine works best when it's combined with balanced meals, enough protein, regular movement, proper sleep, and hydration. The supplement supports the process, but it can't replace the foundation. And honestly, this explains why people have such different experiences with creatine. Some people improve their workouts, increase protein intake, stay consistent, and support recovery properly. Their results become very noticeable over time. Others take creatine while ignoring everything else and expect the supplement alone to completely transform their body. The difference usually isn't the creatine itself, it's the habits surrounding it. Because real before and after transformations almost never come from one supplement alone, they come from multiple healthy habits